Happy Tuesday. Good morning.
See, whenever I just go, you go.
I know.
And then whenever I wait,
well, we
you
are
wait.
really ready this morning. We got all our stuff out of the way early, and we're like, you're ready to start.
Ready to go.
Yeah.
Ready to welcome you into the Upper 5 Digital Studio.
Yeah.
Hopefully your day's going well.
Yeah, hopefully it's off to a good start despite a little bit of some rain.
Mm-hmm.
But hopefully you got to enjoy yesterday. We talked on the TV side a little bit, and then in between TV things, we both took separate walks yesterday to experience a solar eclipse.
Mm-hmm.
And I ironically ran into Harrison Beebe, who was also off yesterday. So we watched the solar eclipse together, but it was a nice experience. He didn't know you really needed to see through the glasses to actually see the moon over the sun, because the sun is so bright.
Yep. Those glasses definitely important to see.
Yeah.
Everything happening. It's kind of, when you watch it, it's kind of crazy to think we're just floating around in space and these three objects in space are lining up perfectly.
Yeah, how just somehow our rotation just lines up perfectly every once in a while.
Yeah.
For that to happen.
Which is part of today's weather quiz.
Yes. And then after this, we're going to move on from the solar eclipse. But I wanted to just be like, we'll look forward to the next one. And then, you know, maybe a year from now we'll visit. But I'll show you some pictures, some nice viewer pictures if you haven't already seen some. I know there's a lot on Facebook right now, but I just want to show you a few from our viewers too, since we always appreciate when viewers send us stuff in.
Mm-hmm.
So it was nice to see, especially since I tried to like somebody was watching me and they were laughing, but I had my solar eclipse glasses over my phone camera. I was trying to get it through my phone. And it's so hard. It was like not really working. The picture I did post, it was like hard to even really tell, but I tried, I did.
Hopefully it just took that mental image. That's all that matters.
It was cool to see it, like, because I went out right when it started, like the 1:58 p.m. And then I was able to see it slowly move more north, and it was fun to watch. And I'm sure you experienced the same.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Yeah. So let us know where you saw it from. I know like clouds were a little bit of an issue the more north you were, so let us know if you were able to see it. And if you have any questions about the forecast, but we'll get into that. Any other thoughts before we get started, Brendan?
Nothing yet.
Okay.
Yeah. Cool.
So, Monday's total solar eclipse was the first visible in Michigan since 1954. Well, when will Michigan fall in the path of totality next? Will that be in 2044? Will that be in 2058 or 2099? And if you watched my weathers on the TV side, I did give a little bit of a hint here. So it's a listening question too. As much as it is looking forward to the next one.
We'll find out who is listening.
We'll find out, yeah. All right, we'll start with those pictures. Start off with the one that was sent in by Bob Bowser of Nobbin Way. You could see it was closer to the maximum there, little sliver of that sun peeking through right behind the moon there. So Bob, if you're watching, thanks for sending that one in. And then another one. So we talked about a little bit of the cloud cover being an issue. If you're in Boyne City and Sheboygan too, they saw a little bit of some clouds, but you could still make it out. So Scott and Lisa Smith captured this one for us over in Charlevoix County, Boyne City. And then this one was something that was submitted on my Facebook page. I saw it, it was great. Jerry Holmes was in Traverse City, and Traverse City, you could see there's hardly any of that sun peeking through. Traverse City was one of the areas where we were 87.7%, so we had a little bit more of that coverage. The further south you went downstate, if you were downstate, you probably saw a little bit more coverage. Because I know we have some viewers from just about everywhere, but Traverse City, we were closer to that 87.7.
Jerry must have a really good camera.
It's a really good camera. Yeah, I know. It's great.
Did you notice the little eclipse-shaped shadows on the ground yesterday, Heather?
When I saw your picture, I was like, dang it. I didn't even think about looking down. I was just like looking up. And I remember the last eclipse I saw in 2017, we've talked about, I remember looking and seeing the little shadows. But I appreciated your picture because it was a reminder. I didn't really think about that. My head is always in the sky, so it's just hard for me to look down. But
yeah, I posted that on my Facebook page. Just looking down, I'm like, oh, that's where they are.
Yeah.
I know that those exist, but I was looking to see exactly. It was kind of like a hedge of bushes, if that's the correct terminology. So, but yeah, I got a chance to see those little shadows.
That's fun. Was that closer to the peak, though?
Yeah, right after the peak. Yep.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, it was not. I was in a clear area because I wanted to see as much of the sky as I could. I was close enough to the trees to try to go look, but I didn't even cross my mind. Brendan, you're one step ahead of me on that. So I appreciate you taking that picture though, because it was a nice way to see a different view of the eclipse, but still the same thing.
Yep.
Yeah. So whoever sent in pictures, even to our chime in, whatever, we appreciate all of those. Especially for those who weren't able to see it. That's how you can see it. So we're talking about a little bit of some rain. So as you're waking up this morning, we are seeing a little bit of that rain, especially to the north. So if you're in the eastern upper peninsula watching over there, that's where we're seeing a little bit more of that rain. And even through the Straits area. So zooming in a little closer, you can see the heavier rain showers is passing through Drummond Island. So if you're on Drummond Island, we're seeing that, or sorry, Beaver Island. And then Mackinac City just south of there, so Emmett County. The three big things with our forecast, so we do have a mild week on tap as far as temperatures go. So 50s and 60s, it's gonna feel pretty nice outside. It will be a wet end to the week, so our next big weather maker arrives Thursday. We'll start to see winds picking up and then very windy and rainy day on Friday. But by the weekend, we are gonna see a little bit of some dry weather to start. So that is the good news with this forecast. If you're wondering about the next total solar eclipse for the lower 48, we're talking about August 22nd, 2044. So we're talking about that sun, especially with the eclipse. So let's talk about that sunset. So we're slowly gaining more daylight. As when we get closer and closer to summer, we start gaining more and more and more every single week. So today, our sunset will be 8:19 p.m. And it's gonna be pretty sunny out there with blue skies still. And then April 30th, so that's in 3 weeks from now, our sunset will be 8:45. So we're getting closer and closer to the 9 p.m. sunset. So it's the good news if you want something to look forward to. The next few hours, we will still see a little bit of some rain, but the good news is if you're heading anywhere around lunch, if you're south of the bridge, we'll see some sunshine. Winds will pick up today though. So winds will be shifting more out of the west, and we could see wind gusts pretty high today. So we do have an elevated fire danger, especially if you are in the northern lower. Just make sure you're being mindful of that. Don't start any fires, especially campfires. Make sure they're attended if you are going to start one. Just with those gusty winds, it can easily spread a fire. We are seeing more rain, especially if you're in the afternoon in the eastern upper peninsula, we'll see more of that rain. And a similar story closer to dinner. We'll see some passing showers, but again, staying dry if you're south of the bridge. Passing showers as you're waking up tomorrow morning early. So we'll still see a few. That will be possible, but most of us will stay dry tomorrow, especially if you're in the northern lower. We are going to see some scattered rain and thunder today across the eastern upper peninsula, mainly earlier in the day. 55 in Drummond Island. We'll see 69 in Mayo and Alpena, with 62 in Leland and Traverse City, some scattered rain and thunder. And then our southern counties, early rain, then sunshine, westerly winds today. Tonight we'll cool off to the 30s in the eastern upper. We'll see a few rain showers, though we'll see partly to mostly cloudy skies south of the bridge on the eastern side. If you're over on the western side, we're looking at those temperatures in the 30s and 40s tonight, mostly clear skies. And same story for our southern counties. And those winds will start to die down, especially if you're inland. 40 in Ludington, but 37 over Roscommon County. Our extended forecast, so we're looking forward to the rest of our week, and we're going to see a little bit of some isolated rain tomorrow if you're in the eastern upper peninsula, but it's not widespread by any means, maybe a little bit of drizzle. And then Thursday, that's when low pressure system will track through the state of Michigan. We'll start to see the winds and the rain really picking up. Friday's looking not like a great day to be outside if you don't have to be outside. Saturday, great day to get outside. Maybe take a walk, Brendan. Enjoy the nice weather. And then Sunday, it's looking like we could see a little bit of some rain. You know, last weekend I talked about, and I was going to talk about that yesterday, but I'm always like telling all of you guys, enjoy the nice weather if it's nice on the weekend. I finally took my own advice, and I told you I was going to go out and enjoy it Saturday. So we did like a little pickup volleyball game with some of our friends in the sunshine, and even though it was sunny, it was windy last Saturday, and it was like 48 degrees, and it was still pretty cold, but it was nice to be out in the sun. I did put sunscreen on because I'm like, I know I'm gonna get sunburned. It was like no cloud in the sky. And so I think this weekend it's gonna feel pretty similar, especially in the northern lower. Our winds are gonna pick up on Saturday too. So it'll be nice to be outside, but might be a little bit breezy.
Did the wind work in your favor when it came to the volleyball game?
No, it was so hard. So that was a challenge. It was like I had to start far left. The wind was blowing my ball the other way.
Oh.
So I was trying to fight the wind. And then the sun from the other direction was like blocking the ball. So it was like all of us were on the same page about how difficult it was. But it was just fun to get out there. Some of those people we play like grass volleyball league with and some beach volleyball. So it was nice to just kind of have an informal hangout and be outside.
I say, forget about the game. Go get ice cream.
I know. Should have.
Forget about the wind.
Go get some frozen custard or something yummy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so hungry too. It's like talking about that. Not helping the case right here. Yeah.
Ready to say hi to our friends, Heather?
Yeah, we'll say hi to our friends.
All
See
right.
what they did yesterday, maybe.
Yeah. Christopher's reporting 46 and fair in Farmington Hills. We got a couple of comments from Sandy. Watching from Maple City, looks like she's off today. The eclipse was very cool to see, she said, although it wasn't full totality. It was cool seeing the shadows on the ground. That seemed bizarre, very cool.
Yeah.
And beautiful day up north today. She's taking the dog on a walk.
Oh, fun.
That sounds nice. Got Gail chiming in as well, 50 degrees in Kingsley. She's having coffee on her deck this morning. Gail is guessing 2099. Christopher's guessing the same thing. Paul's saying good morning. Kathy said the sun is peeking through the clouds in Cummins. Susan Radke said good morning, took a picture of the eclipse with special glasses covering the lens. We were trying that. You must have a nicer camera than we do.
I think my hang up, and I didn't want to like try to really figure it out, even though I probably had time. I think I needed to take off my case on my phone because it was like kind of creating a little
that could be it.
gap. And I think that was part of my problem. I don't know though. I didn't try to problem solve that. I was just like, oh, and then yeah, the guy who was walking by was like, let me know if that works. And I'm like, it's probably not gonna work.
Leave me alone.
Yeah, leave me alone. Let me struggle over here. It's my own doing.
Susan's guessing 2099. Got Matt saying good morning. 2099 is his guess. Nancy is watching in East Jordan. It's 47 degrees. Susan Lash Sims is saying it's 49 in Kalkaska. She's guessing 2044. Gibb saw the eclipse in Grawn. He stayed up a little late to watch that.
Did you stay up, Gib? I didn't even ask. We all were joking. We're like, Gib's probably asleep by now. Bedtime.
We know you can't hear Gibb.
You didn't see the full thing, is what you're saying? Okay.
So he saw the start of it. He wants to
Did you
make
have
sure
glasses,
everything's clear.
Gib?
Oh, gosh.
You just looked up.
All right, we'll move on to Christopher's comment, since I know it's a lot of fun for our friends who can't hear Gibb. He's made a couple appearances, though.
Yes. When you're out of office, Brendan, it's when he likes to come out from behind.
Christopher said that eclipse was cool, and he saw it at his family's home in Redford Township. So yeah, a little bit more coverage down that way.
Yeah.
Compared to up here. Nancy guessing 2044. Wally is saying hi to the team, saying nice dress, Heather.
Thank
and
you.
nice tie, Brendan. Thank you, Wally. So he's in North Fort Myers, Florida. Upper 80s today and 50s and 60s at night. Great temperature coming home to Michigan around the 19th. That's right. It's about that time where some of the snowbirds come back up north to Michigan.
Yeah, it's April. So yeah, April, May.
Yep.
Yeah, they are.
And Susan Lash Sims saw the eclipse in Kalkaska. And Lori said, good morning, Heather and Brendan. Excellent viewing of the solar eclipse in Leelanau County yesterday. She had asked about the cloud cover yesterday.
Yes.
And she's
I'm
saying,
glad it panned out.
Yep. Michigan won't be in the path of the next total solar eclipse until 2099. Understand that? Okay. My mom is watching as well.
Words are
Hey,
hard
Mom.
today, you guys.
Had a long, beautiful walk with Benji yesterday.
Aw.
And the weather was so nice. We brought Benji in the house because he wanted to watch the eclipse. They didn't have any glasses, no puppy glasses either for Benji, so had to protect his eyes. Yeah, I was on the phone with my mom and dad, and my mom had just got back with Benj, and
Yeah.
my dad was calling. He goes, "Did you hear about the solar eclipse?" He's a jokester. I said, yes, yeah, I heard about it.
My mom goes, are you going to see any of the effects of the solar eclipse? I'm like, effects? We'll see the eclipse. So I told her, but yeah.
Yeah, in Idaho, probably not so much. You could see a little bit of it, right, in Idaho?
I can pull up the map. I don't remember. I didn't pay close attention since I was pretty worried about Michigan and surrounding areas here, but let me pull it up. I I know it's probably cloudy there. They were talking about yucky weather. Let's see. I deleted all of these out of my main weather, so I didn't need it. Okay, here we go. So, right. 20% maybe.
Yeah.
So,
Just a little
kinda.
bit. Just a teeny tiny bit.
Yeah. I don't think anyone was really trying though out there, at least from what I've seen. Didn't pay too close attention, but I'm sure my family was gonna make a big deal about it. They probably would have told me. So yeah, nothing too crazy. And it's harder to tell, and it doesn't really make a big difference during the day. Like those, I mean, the people in the totality range, it was dark as I passed through. So.
Oh yeah, the lights were turning on and everything. Yeah. Markers reporting 63 degrees in Z Hills down in Florida. Paula's watching from Boyne Falls, cloudy and 54 degrees. Alice is watching from Alpena. Sandy said the next one is 2044, but I thought I heard 2099 will be the next one we'll see.
Alice said she went out and saw the eclipse yesterday and said it was a pleasant
good.
experience on the voicemail this morning. So I'm glad you got to see it, Alice. I know you said you were hoping to see it. So.
Good, glad to hear that.
Alpena had the best cloud cover in the forecast when I was looking too. So I was telling people, like, if you really want to see it from the upper, drive to Alpena. You'll be fine.
Tom is saying that he enjoyed the eclipse yesterday, managed to get in a 45-mile bike ride before the big show. Kathy was able to watch the crescent sun while up in Alpena. Pretty cool.
Cool.
And Paul, I remember you talking about this yesterday. Well, first of all, his guess is 2099. And he tried pictures with his welding helmet too. Didn't turn out too well, so mostly watched. I remember him talking about his welding helmet.
Yes, and I saw pictures of people doing that too.
Mark said next eclipse in 20 years. And Wally looks like he's guessing 2044. And Tom said, quiz answer, it doesn't matter. I'll be dead by then.
I think you might be around for 2044. It's not that long.
I want you to stick around as long as possible, Tom.
Yeah.
Wally guessing 24. Yeah, okay, I see, 2044. Susie Q is watching as well. 67 degrees in Florida, but it'll be 82 later. Off to Dave's Pole Barn for coffee and donuts with the hubby and the car guys.
Yum.
And Jackie had such a great day yesterday. Sat on the deck and watched the eclipse. 42 in Kalkaska, and saying to everybody, have a great day, and hi to Christopher. And Judy's watching from the river. Good to hear from her from time to time. She's coming up north next month.
Oh, good to hear.
Looking forward to that, Judy.
Everyone's coming up north soon.
And Paula, Susie Q, guessing 2044. My mom said, happy work anniversary, Gib, a few days ago. It was on Sunday. 19 years here at the station. He confirmed. He goes, yep. What'd you do to celebrate, Gib? Took the day off?
He said he slept.
Yeah, slept.
For those of you who don't really know, though, Gib did start out in like master control. He flew the drone for a while. He helps out behind cameras when we had camera operators. And now he's our wonderful morning show director. So all of this Facebook Live stuff wouldn't happen without him, but the whole show, the 2.5 hours, is all Gib.
He has to hear us talk all day long.
Yeah, and he's always telling me to like rap and rap. So
now, Gib, we're lucky to have you. We're happy you're here. Are you happy? No, I'm kidding.
He was also, when I first started, you guys, he said, yeah. When I first started, he was my weekend director. So I spent a lot of time with Gib on the weekends, weekend shenanigans, games to stay busy and awake. So yeah, it was nice to have Gib as that friendly face when I started, but now we're on the morning show, so.
He's stuck with us.
He's stuck.
Jackie guessing 2099, and Gib said thanks to my mom there. It's 40 in Alpena. Thank you, Alice, and she's guessing 2099. Some of the comments get a little separated, so we're going back to Alice. We'll say hi to Leslie, and she's in Harrison. They're at 45 degrees there, and her guess is 2044. And Christopher is glad that he didn't go farther south to the eclipse because traffic getting back to Michigan was really bad from what he saw. Yeah, I saw backups on 75 going south. I imagine there were backups going north on 75 as well.
Yeah, I mean, even I was debating leaving the house because I'm like, oh, I could go. There's like a nature path where I could have just, tried to walk to, but I was like, no, I'll drive to the Boardman. I want to see the water and kind of experience outside of the house. So I did think about it. I'm like, oh, there's going to be people out. And like with the redirection in Traverse City due to construction, which some of you are aware of, it kind of diverts traffic to the other sides of town too. But it was fine. It wasn't too bad.
Tina is guessing 2044, and Jackie kind of doing what I think a lot of us are doing. How old are we going to be for the next eclipse? And she said she'll be 100. She'll be on the Smucker's jar.
Wow, yeah. That'll be fun.
I think that's how that works.
Yeah.
All right, now we're all caught up, Heather.
Cool. So the detail with this weather quiz is the fact that we're talking total solar eclipse. So the next time that Michigan will be in the path of totality to experience a total solar eclipse is
2099.
It is 2099, September 14th, 2099. So mark that in your calendar. You're gonna make it. I mean, I'm gonna be 102, so no way, no how, I hope not. And so here's a look at our standings this week. 1 for 2 for Brendan, Director Gibb, Producer Sarah, and our Facebook viewer. That was Chris today, and they are 0 for 2. So if you wanna maybe help the Facebook viewers come from behind, beat Brendan, maybe Gibb, you can join in at 6:20 this morning and every morning to give us that weather quiz answer. And then the 2044, just to clarify, that's when we're gonna see our next solar eclipse, but that is mainly over North Dakota, Montana, stretching all the way, kind of hooking around up to Greenland. So it will be in the United States. Michigan will not be in the path of that totality or even close to it. So that's the detail with this quiz.
Be closer to your family.
It will be closer to them.
Much
Yeah, that's
closer.
a shorter drive. So, I mean, they could drive to Montana for it if they wanted to. My sister might. If she's still there, I don't know.
It's a little ways in the future.
It's a little bit further away. You never know.
Yeah.
Life happens, so.
All right, Sandy is saying have a great day. That sounds good. We are going to be live tomorrow during the TV side of things from the Manistee County Historical Museum.
Yeah.
Now that it's April, their hours are extended, and so we can learn about the past, look ahead to the future, all those fun things. Madison will be live there in Manistee County tomorrow. Hopefully you can join us.
And Manistee is such a gorgeous area to be in and be around. The lake right there on the shore. So I'm excited to learn more from Madison too.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Matt, hopefully you enjoy your day as well. Thank you, and thanks for joining us on this Tuesday.
Yeah, have a good Tuesday. We'll be back here tomorrow. Bye.